G'day YouTube, Down to Bricks here. I'm working in the city today and I am back working on the mountain area. That's right, it's been a while, hasn't it? But I'm finally back working on the mountain area and holy dooly do I have a lot of work to do. So if you love these Lego City updates, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Now come with me, let's take a look what's got to be done. So this whole area is a little messed up for Mini Dub and me playing in the city, so it is quite a mess. Now the only thing I have done off camera is actually push all these houses back. Now I talked about that in previous updates, that I needed to move the whole thing back 6 studs. It was ever since I did all this area here and all this got pushed back, and I wanted the road here to meet up. If I can get camera over there. So I wanted that road to meet up. So I had this all pushed back, but I finally pushed all these back as well. So I've still got to fix all that road up as we come along. Now before this road, the white lines came down here and it was just, you came along the road, you came down here and you turned down to get to these houses and to this school. I had a fabulous idea, and every time I do an update I get some fantastic ideas from everybody, so I do really appreciate everyone putting their 2 bobs worth in. I can't actually do everything everyone suggests, but every now and again someone gives me an idea that I think, yes, I have to do that. And this time it was from Alex Bricks, and he suggested as I run the mountain along here that I put in a tunnel for the cars to go through, and I thought that was a great idea. So I've changed the lines there. I just had to move everything back and mark it out so I know exactly where I need to put the tunnel. So there is where I got to last time with the mountain, so I'm hoping today to run the mountain all the way to the end and then have the tunnel for the trains to come out of there. The other thing, a lot of people suggested that this tunnel was way too high, and I definitely agree. It was something, if I just move that along because it's separate there, this was really just an area I just started with just to get a bit of an idea of what I wanted to do. I definitely didn't want the tunnel that high, but it's just how I sort of did it originally. So I will be dropping that down, and I will have this foliage growing up over the top of the tunnel as it goes up onto the next level. Now what else has got to be done over here? So now push this back. I was going to make more room at the front here and have more gardens, but what I've decided to do is have a pathway here, because before the road was right alongside here, and I just figure that it makes more sense to have a pedestrian walkway there just to separate the road from the houses and the school. So I want to do that. I won't be getting to that today, but what I do want to do today is change up this edge of the road. So because the mountain's right on the edge of the road, I'm thinking that we need some drainage, and I sort of got some input from Mark's Brick 77. He said there's going to be a lot of water running off that mountain, so you need some drainage. So I'm going to put some drainage in there, so I will get that done today. And along the back where the train tracks are, I want to put some plates in underneath there. So I'm going to be cutting base plates again. So I've got some 48 by 48 grey, light bluish grey base plates. So I'm going to start running them right along. I do want to run them right along the whole back of the city, but if I can just get them cut today from the Palace Cinema there all the way down, I'd be happy with that. So that's 4 plates there, so I'm thinking I need probably 3 48s by 48s, and that'll take me a bit past where the tunnel entrance exit will be. And because the mountain will be running right along this edge here, that house is in the way, so I'm going to have to change that layout a little bit for that house, and of course I want the drainage to run down the side there as well. So I got a bit of playing around to do to fix that house up. Okay, so coming down, what else we need to talk about before we hook into it? So this area here is all has to be stripped out. So I want to rip all this off the table and get ready to put my first level of boards in. Now they're going to meet up to the top of this mountain ridge. So one more thing I guess I need to talk about. I'm not too happy with these green plates here being on the end, because we're still going to see this, because the idea, if you don't remember, is that this will be an open tunnel along the edge here, so you'll be able to look in to the side of the tunnel. So eventually, right, let's get the train out of the way. Not too concerned with this area here because it'll all be covered up, but once we get here and this track starts to veer away, it's going to be hard to hide all this. So I want to put in some grey base plates under there as well. So I'm not sure how far I'm going to get with all this. I certainly would love to get the drainage done and get it all cleared off. I've got to do a little bit of cleaning as I go, as I always do. So get all this cleared off and get the mountain built, this stage 1 of the mountain built right along to the wall. So if I can get that done, I'll be very happy. I did have someone ask what the tables are made of here. So it is form ply, so it's plywood, and it has a laminated surface to it, so it's nice and slippery, so I can slide stuff around, I can clean it easy. It's a very easy surface to work with. But I think that's enough gibbering on. Let's get in to some action. Okay folks, let's see where we're up to at the moment. So as you can see, everything has been ripped out. All the farm area is gone. Everything's been cleaned. And I ended up taking all the houses out along the back and part of the road. I'm really not happy with how that flow of houses was. So I really want to work on that. As I said, I want to get those base plates under the railway lines there. I think I'm going to have to stop it here as in this section of the city, because I did promise I would get to the mountain. So I'm going to stop now and go and work on the mountain ridge. Unfortunately for this update, I don't think I'm going to get everything done and back into the city. So how about now I just go and work on the mountain ridge, and then we'll see if we can get that done, and then maybe for the next update we can look at getting all the houses and the road and the drainage and all that stuff and get the mountain ridge into the city. I think that's what I should be working on. So let's go and get cracking onto the mountain ridge. So here are all the pieces I'll be using to build the mountain ridge. So lots of pieces here, more than what I need to use. Hopefully I've got enough here to do stage 2 of the mountain. But let's now not get ahead of ourselves. And here is the base plates, a few extra pieces there, but here are the base plates that I'm going to be building the ridge on. That's a little bit of road where the tunnel will be, and that is the existing piece that I showed in the last video. So I've got this in a really fast speed as I'm building here. So this took around 6 or so hours to do, so a very long time to build this. Probably didn't help that I had all the pieces in bags, so it took a while to get all the pieces out, but lots of different pieces here, and getting the look just right took me a fair while to do. And here comes the tunnel now, so starting on the road tunnel and just trying to work out, I wanted a little bit of a different look to the train tunnel, so I've used these light bluish grey bullion pieces on the front of the tunnel there, just to make it a little bit different to the masonry brick that I'm using for the train tunnel. So just starting to fill in along the top. I'm actually starting to think here that I needed more growth coming out of the tunnel, so I've pulled that off and I'm just reworking things a little bit. I've given myself a little bit of depth to the tunnel, so it's 6 studs deep. And just getting the foliage up on both sides so I can fill in along the top. You can see there I've got a little bit of growth coming out of the tunnel. And now it's just a matter of filling in the left side here, getting that all filled in right across so I can complete the foliage along the top of the road tunnel. I'm really happy with how this tunnel came out. Lots of pieces there, just making sure it's all locked in nice and tight. Got some roots coming out of the bottom there. Lots of pieces. Okay, so now we're starting on the other side, and I've started to use these rock panels. Now, I'm not a big fan of these pieces, but I actually really like how they turned out for this mountain ridge, and using an inverted slope underneath the rock panel and putting some foliage in front really gave an illusion of depth to the build. I mean, it's basically a vertical wall, but it really helped give that look of a little bit of depth to the mountain. I've also used them in dark brown there as well, so really like that dark brown color. So now I'm starting to think about, well, I think I need another tree. I really liked having that tree growing out on the first panel that I did, so I'm thinking now I need another tree. So you can just see the base of the tree starting there now. Just starting to build it out from the mountain, putting some roots in, and now starting to add a few branches on, a little bit of growth off the bottom of it. Now I want the tree to stand out. I use a lot of green and dark green, so I want the tree to stand out. In the other tree I used an olive color for the foliage, and this time I've gone this lime green, and I just really love the look of this tree against the mountain colors. I really think it stands out. I love that color. Now it's just a matter of filling in behind it. And what I need to do now is really make sure that tree is locked into the mountain. So I'm basically just strengthening behind it, locking it in, make it nice and sturdy. Now just filling out the other side. Now as we get to the end, well, that's my measuring stick there, so I know the height that I want for the mountain and the tunnel. So working on the train tunnel now. Now it's going to have no supports, this train tunnel, so I need to make sure it's nice and strong so it supports itself. So you can see I've used Technic beams here, and now I've locked it all together with pins. Now I'm just going to build it back into the mountain to make sure it's got some nice support there and can just basically support itself. I will be able to lock it in later a little bit to plates above it, but really it needs to be self-supporting. So I'm just working out now how I'm going to lock that back in, and of course I need to add an arch in here as well, so just sort of getting to that now, making sure I've got some nice growth coming out of the edge of the tunnel there, and now just adding some of the pretty bits to the tunnel, a few masonry bricks, and now just working out how I'm going to fill out along the top. I've got a little support there, just holding it at the moment, just while I'm pressing down and adding bricks to the top of it. I've got a little bit of vine growth there along the edge, so I do like that effect. And now it's just a matter of finishing off right to the end of the train tunnel. And the more you add, I just think it looks better and better. Now I think a few people thought it was a little bit strange, the color choice I used to do my mountain in, and I hope by seeing this all together it gives you more of appreciation of what I'm trying to achieve with a more of a rainforest look for my mountain. And I think once it's in the city and you have a level going up there with a bit of growth going up over the top, I think it's going to look even better again. Now one thing I did do is I put some black bricks in behind the tunnel there, so it's not actually going to be a functional tunnel at all for the vehicles, but I think that just helps to give it a bit more look of a deep tunnel as it's running in under the mountain. And let's just go in and have a bit of a closer run over. So there is the train tunnel. Over the first tree, into the olive colored tree. Which tree do you like the best, the olive or the lime green? Normally I like the olive color better, but I don't know, there's just something about that bright tree that just really stands out. So I can't wait to get this in the city. So I'm gonna have another city update for you, hopefully very soon, because I'm just so keen to get this done and put into the city and show it off to you guys. But I have got a little bit more work to do before I can get that done, so I better get stuck into it. So as usual guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Any input, any comments you might have, I'd love to hear from you as usual. So don't forget to give the video a like, and if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But for now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.